They'd be like, oh, je ne sais quoi. Ilya, je ne sais pas toi. You know what I mean? Like, to the door. Please don't. That wasn't an audition, by the way.
Yeah.
We've done this once or twice before.
You and I?
Yeah.
No, but
Never?
I wish so. No, because I'm a massive fan, so if we had met before,
right,
I'd like to think it will be a memorable moment for both of us, but hopefully this will be, we'll see.
Well, it already is.
Get
Look,
in there.
You've got that, and you've been, certainly that's really lovely of you to say.
Are we good, guys?
We're ready.
We are, yes.
Beautiful. So first of all, thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it. It wasn't that long ago that you played an English king for the first time in The Darkest Hour.
Yes, it was the first time.
With that in your recent history on the CV, did you think, I got this, I'm good at this now, I can be an English king?
Yeah, look, I'm glad I had done it. The bigger hurdle for me actually came before that English king in a film called Start Up, which is a prison movie, which we shot in Dublin, but which was, you know, essentially set in London or thereabouts. That was the big hurdle, because that was the first time I had come to, you know, these shores playing a local, as it were. And for me, coming from Australia and the time and place, it was a big deal, because for us having someone come in from overseas, playing Australian.
Yeah,
Go on, mate.
Impress me.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you try and get the accent? Yeah, it's going great. So no, I didn't feel like I'd got it, and I was very, you know, I was very aware of the colour differences between George and Henry. Very, very aware of the colour differences. You know, I think George is really beautiful and a really sweet person in a way that Henry didn't feel like he was, you know.
For any Shakespeare readers, this won't be a spoiler for anyone coming to this film anew. It is a spoiler, but your character in this reaches an untimely demise.
Yep.
Were you a little bit jealous that, you know, you're out of the film before all the action starts, before, you know, the big battle scenes, you don't get to get involved, you don't get to put your armour on?
Yeah, no, look, I'd have been quite comfortable to roll through to a very a giddy old age, or even to just sort of do, you know, that the old Tony Scott, David Bowie, Catherine Deneuve, Susan Sarandon, a film called The Hunger. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but anyway, spoiler alert here too. They're vampires. David Bowie dies an untimely death, but he can't actually die because he's a vampire, so he's just sitting in a box, getting impossibly older and older and older. And I could have quite happily done a version like that and just been like, to the left, my boy, you know, hack at them. So yeah, I would have been quite happy to continue on. And it's not a spoiler alert to say that Henry IV dies very quickly, because the king, my kid.
Of course, that does make sense, yeah.
You know what I mean? They got to get on with it, and yeah.
You mentioned there that, you know, at one point you had someone who wasn't an Australian come in and everyone was like, impress us. Do you feel the same pressure when you put on any accent to the film that you need to kind of live up to?
Absolutely.
The home nation also?
No, absolutely. Look, I think in order for me to feel, in order for it to be acceptable to me, I have to feel like what I'm going for is that someone from the area that I'm doing the accent with may wonder which part of the area I'm from. That's kind of like the holy grail of that bullshit. And it may not matter to the general public in quite a way, but actors with other actors and accents, yeah, we judge each other very harshly, and rightfully so.
Is there any accent that you know that you can't do? That you've tried, you're like, right, I can't get that down.
I'm sure there are, but I don't feel like I'm sure there might be, but I don't feel like, but no, I would never nominate one that I couldn't do, because my guess is that if I just kept trying long and hard enough, I'd crack that open.
Good.
Do you know what I mean? And I think you've got to have that attitude if you're in the fight game.
Also, if you said no right now, like that's more roles you're going to cut off for yourself, you know? If you said I can't do a French accent, like, right,
They'd be
we'll
like,
offer Ben
oh, je ne sais quoi. Ilya, je ne sais pas toi. You know what I mean? Like, to the door. Please don't. That wasn't an audition, by the way. That's just...
So don't do it again. Let me do it again.
Je ne sais pas toi. I don't what? There you go.
That works for me.
There you go, and it's complete gobbledygook, as any French speaker out there will tell you. No, not that I know of.